Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel. About to do your weekly reading with the Julia, oh my goodness, I can never remember, Masaglia pack of the After Tarot today. Before I start my reading, please, I'd like to say how grateful I am for all the feedback everybody's been giving me on these readings. It seems that my readings are resonating with a lot of people, which is more than humbling me. I probably didn't expect to already be nearly 100 subscribers. Not that the readings will not resonate with all of you, so oh lovely. Move on if they don't resonate, that's fine. I'm not offended in the slightest. So first out, I'm shuffling your cards and the Ace of Cups has just jumped out on me, Virgo. This reading will go from the 27th of August to the 2nd of September. If your Virgo sun reading does not resonate with you, please go and have a look at your moon and your rising, or your Aquarius for your love, or your ascendant rising, whichever, because sometimes they resonate more. I sit between Capricorn and Libra with the readings. Sometimes they're both the same. Now the Emperor has jumped out again, and it jumped out before, and I just feel that somebody at the moment is just not, you're either dealing with an Aries, but if it's an Aries you're dealing with, you want love, he's not in the right place to give it to you at the moment. He's either not in his element, or he's fighting this energy of being an Emperor. And an Emperor is like, he's the top of his game. He's the big gun. He is, calm, collected, proud. He's, really is the king of his kingdom. He's financially secure. He has his own goat, as you can see here. It is the card of Aries. So when he comes in upside down, I'm thinking his energy isn't quite right at the moment. And it could be that you're dealing with someone who isn't in their element. So they might be really hard to negotiate with at the moment. That has this feeling that they're either ignoring you altogether, or they're being very difficult to deal with. Feels like they're almost argumentative at the moment. So that card's coming second. So the Ace of Cups came out first, and the Ace of Cups always says to me, it always talks of love. It talks about, finding love, loving something, having love offered to you. It can talk about new love. It can talk about old love being, brought back to life. It can talk about, love for a child, love for another person. And at the moment, sitting next to this Emperor, I feel like you have this love for this person that isn't giving you back what you need. The Hermit sits at the bottom of the deck, and I'm thinking either you've gone inside to think about this, where you want to go with this. It could be that you have a relationship with this person and they're just not bringing you in what you want, and you are ready to go into some sort of seclusion to think about this. I notice that the Hermit has a snake in his hand at the moment, and I'm thinking, because that's been pointed out to me, is it that this man's being a bit of a snake at the moment? Is he not telling you the truth, or is he withholding? Because for some unknown reason it seems really relevant, and you're going back inside to think about, do you pursue this relationship, or do you call it a day? Because there's a fresh new start coming up next. Now, if this was a work reading, I would say to you, the Ace of Cups could represent your love for work. The Emperor could be a boss who's being very difficult to deal with at the moment, being a total wally. And the Fool looks like a brand new start for you. So it's almost like you've just had enough now and you're moving on. It's like, I'm packing up my bags and I'm getting out of here. So the Fool talks about new starts, taking a risk, moving on. And I feel like this is what you're doing, whether it's relationship or work. Yeah, because look, the Four of Wands has come out in reverse too. It's almost like your world's been shifted at the moment. You've been tipped upside down for some reason. Maybe what you thought was going to be stable here wasn't. Maybe you've fallen for this person, but they're not ready to give you back what you want, and you're forced to move on. Because this stability that you imagined with this person, Virgo, is not happening. It's time to move on. if it's a job, then certainly this job is not the right one for you. Okay, and then we've got the Eight of Cups, and I would say to you, you're walking away from this regardless of whether it's work or love. You've had enough. This person's really got up your nose this time and you're ready to run. And you're not afraid. You're ready to have a new start on this. So it's really got to you. It's not like this is new and it's just been a one-off thing. I feel like this has been going on for a while and it's like you want to start all over again here. And the Eight of Cups shows you moving away to look for something else. Hey, look, you have so many options here. And you also have another snake, which is quite interesting. This talks about having, it could be that you're confused, but it doesn't feel that way. It actually feels like you don't have any trouble moving on to something else. So whatever it is you're wanting, whether it's love, work or whatever, you'll have plenty of options. You won't have any problem moving on from this. If it's exhausted, it's time to go. And look, here's you taking a bit of time out. So you might choose to have a couple of weeks off before you start looking, or taking a bit of a holiday before you move on. If it's love, it may be that you choose to be alone for a while and you have a bit of time to think out what it is that happened, time to process the energy, and then you'll move on. But whatever it is, it shows you definitely having a break here. And then the Queen of Wands comes in next. So I think that you're very comfortable with this decision. It's almost like you've made this decision and you're quite happy to just sit on it now and look for something else. You're doing really quick healing here. It's almost like you just, either it's really been going on for a while and you've already done your grieving, but whatever it's taken, you're actually now in your element. So the Queen of Wands talks about a woman who feels passionate, driven, confident, looking beautiful, sitting on her throne. She's really in the right place, right time here, and I feel like this is where you're going to. Okay, and then you have the King of Wands next to you. That puts a very different slant on this, because it almost looks like you're walking away from somebody to find something else, and the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands have come up together here. Are you walking away from someone who you thought was your soulmate? Because I feel like whatever this was, whether it was love or work, it's almost like you were so aligned with this when you started. It was almost like you were in the right place, right time, and now you're walking away from it. But then it shows these people together. So are you walking away from someone else to be with a soulmate? Maybe that's what's happening here, because the person you were with, the relationship was no longer stable. You could be leaving someone who's the father of your children to move in with someone else, or to move on a relationship with someone else. The reason I say that is because the Emperor in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse says to me it's very likely you're walking away from a relationship to start something new. And I feel like you've either had a soulmate come back, or you've gone to someone that you feel that you should be with, because this is a really strong energy here of soulmate relationship. But you're definitely walking into something new. And the Justice card sits over the top of that. So I'd say it's almost definitely a karmic thing where you've finally gone back to someone you may have loved in the past, or someone you should have been with, and you've walked away from a karmic relationship or something that did not serve you, because it's really, there's a brand new start here. You're on your way to find love. You're walking away from things that doesn't serve you, and you're going into, that was good English, you're walking away from things that do not serve you to find this true love here. And it may be that this true love is not in your life yet, but maybe there's this sort of anticipation that he's on his way to you. Maybe you know he is, maybe you've received something, or maybe you just know in your gut that he's on his way, because I feel like you've moved towards this. And then we have the Justice card. So it's like walking towards something you deserve. Now, if this is a work reading or career reading, it could be that you're walking away from a job because you've been offered something by this King of Wands. It could be that this person is a manager or a boss at somewhere you're going. Maybe you worked for them before and you've been asked to come back, and that's why it's matching here. Very possible. But whatever it is, you're getting your just desserts, Virgo. So it was something that you wanted to move on to, and it's all coming out beautiful for you. Okay, just do a quick oracle read on that. What's for Virgo? Okay, so there you go. We have the card of marriage. It says you're attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So maybe you're moving away from something that was not unconditional, to move into something that you know will be what you want it to be. But this does involve marriage, and I definitely have the King and Queen of Wands here. So very apt, Virgo. All right, good luck. That was your reading. Thanks, Virgo.